Hi, Lily. Hi, Amber. All right, friends. All right, everybody. Time for yoga. All right, thank you everyone for being here. Many of you already know, but I'm headed out after this class, going to Bryan Head for my retreat. I'll be there until Sunday, then I'll be back for next week. So, Kim is teaching my class on Sunday at 10 a.m. if you want to come take class. And then the other announcement I have is the 20th of this month is my frequency offering. So my once per month breath work and sound offering that I do. It's $33 in this space, 7 to 9 p.m. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask. And then other than that, let's just practice. So go ahead, find a comfortable seat if you are not already in one. And if you'd like, you can just move and stretch and wiggle a little bit. So, whatever would feel good or interesting to your body. So, just kind of feeling into your physicality right away a little bit more. And then eventually find stillness and just settle in. So you can rest your hands in your lap. You could bring your hands to your heart. You could bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, whatever you'd like. Either close your eyes or lower and soften your gaze. Just notice how you feel. Notice how you are. To really tune in, become more present. So you can notice everything that is happening right here, right now. Notice what's happening in our outer world, all the sounds around us, the ground underneath you, the air on your skin. Also notice what's happening in your own inner world. So notice how you feel, not just physically, but also energetically, emotionally, mentally. Try not to judge, try not to fix or control, but just allow whatever's there to be there. And you just get to witness it. And then with awareness on your breath, we'll take 3 big, spacious, intentional breaths together. So next time you inhale, fill up as big as you can. Hold in fullness. See if you can even take an extra little sip of air at the very, very top. And then big sigh, let it go out your mouth. Ah. Good. Do that a couple more times. So inhale, fill up, hold, keep holding. Extra little sip if it's there. And then great big sigh, release. Yeah, very nice. Once more, just like that. Biggest inhale you've taken all morning long. Pause. This time, 2 extra sips. And then open your mouth and let it go. Ah. Nice jaw. So with your lips now sealed, start to cultivate Ujjayi breath. In and out through your nose. The gentle constriction in the back of your throat. Start to create that little whisper noise as you breathe in and out. You're more than welcome to stay right here in your seated meditation a little bit longer as you connect to your breath. You're also welcome to come back here at any time throughout our practice if you just want to take a moment to reconnect, to recenter, to recalibrate. If you want to start exploring movement from a seat, you're welcome to do so. But eventually, invitation to come forward to hands and knees and start exploring movement from there. So please take your time, no rush. Whenever you're ready, just tabletop position. Move any way your body feels like moving. So that might be cat-cow undulations. Might be big circles with your hips. Maybe just move your hips side to side a little bit. Also just sit back into child's pose and give yourself a few rounds of breath. Grounding breaths in child's pose. And come all the way forward towards cobra, up dog position. If you want to work into your wrists and your forearms, you could spin your fingers out or back and just kind of rock gently forward and back, side to side, or around in little circles. So no right or wrong, just feeling into your body, using your breath, using your awareness. Just notice what's there. Good job, friends. So keep this going for a few more rounds. Then your next 3, 4, 5 breaths. Downward facing dog is our eventual destination. So you can start your own transition back to down dog whenever you're ready. Once you're back in your dog pose, keep feeling around. Pedal out your heels, shift your hips side to side. Maybe give your head a little shake or a little nod. Yeah, so nice. Beautiful down dogs, friends. Spread your fingers wide and feel your strong foundation through your hands. Feel the length from your fingertips all the way up to your sit bones. Feel the strength in your shoulders, the strength in your core. So see if you can use your strong core to lift you up out of your arms, out of your wrists. And feel your big, deep breaths flowing through every little space and supporting you from within. Take one more inhale and really push the ground away. Maybe lift your hips even higher. And as you exhale, just ever so slowly walk your hands back to the back edge of your mat until you find yourself in a forward fold at the back of your mat. Once you're there, bring your feet about mat width distance apart. Keep all of your toes facing directly forward. And as you inhale, bend your knees a lot, fingertips on the ground, and just feel your spine nice and long. It's kind of like you're going to hike a football underneath your legs. And then exhale, lift your hips high, crown towards the ground, butt towards the sky, navel to spine. Inhale again, bend your knees and lengthen your spine. Stick your butt out behind you. And exhale, lift your hips up, crown of your head down. Do that a couple more times at your own pace, just working through your legs, feeling whatever there is to feel. Yeah, good. Nice, you guys. Next time you're in a forward fold, just hang out there for a couple breaths. You could ragdoll your arms if you'd like. Maybe take a little sway or a little bob. Next time you breathe in, come to your halfway lift. And then plant your hands or your fingertips and start to crawl your hands forward until you're in a plank position with your feet wide. So feet are still at the width of your mat. Shoulders stack over your wrists. Pause. See if you can come up to your right fingertips. Get really light on your right hand. Maybe reach your right arm forward. If you can reach your right arm forward, if you want to get crazy, see if you can hover your left foot above the ground just for a second. Teeter-totter pose. Take one more round here. Nice job. And then set it down and switch to the other side. So try coming up on left fingertips. Perhaps reach your left arm forward. If you can reach your left arm forward, maybe hover your right toes. Yes. You let yourself wobble a little bit. Awesome, Kathy. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, set your hand and your foot back down. You can adjust if you want your feet closer together. Take one more inhalation at the top of your push-up. And then as you exhale, slowly lower all the way to your belly. We'll find a Sphinx pose. So come to your forearms and lift your heart. Elbows directly under your shoulders. Forearms parallel. Push down through the belly of your forearms and imagine you're trying to drag your heart through your shoulders. Rather than pressing your belly down, draw navel to spine so you feel just that little lift and then your low back gets longer. Yes. Take one more inhale in Sphinx. Exhale, release, and let it go. If you'd like, you can give yourself another heart opener of choice. And then however you want to transition, find your way back, downward facing dog. Ujjayi breath. So hear your breath. Let each inhale create buoyancy and lightness. Each exhalation connects you to your intrinsic strength. So at the bottom of each exhale, feel that connection, navel to spine, Uddiyana Bandha, your core lock. So really use your breath to support you from within. Nice poses, everyone. Really good. Take one more big inhalation into your down dog. This time as you exhale, look to the top of your yoga mat and however you want to get there, forward fold. Once you've arrived, inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, fold and bow. Then root through your feet, rise all the way up. Inhale, arms extend. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale, reach up and stretch tall. Exhale, slow dive down. So see if you can let your heart lead and then fold in. Beautiful, Jane. As you inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, spinal extension. Exhale, release, let it go. From emptiness, connect to your center and rise. Inhale, reach up and stretch. Exhale, hands to your heart. We'll take that one more time, your half sun salutation. Inhale, excuse me, high mountain. Exhale, dive down slowly. See if you can let your breath guide you. And then as you breathe in, Ardha Uttanasana, get all the rounding out of your back. Nice, Nick. Exhale, release, and fold. Press into your feet, connect to your strong core, and rise. Inhale, arms reach up, maybe you gaze up. Exhale, hands to your heart. All right, this time, inhale, high mountain. And as you exhale, sit back into chair pose, Utkatasana. So weight in your heels, your butt is reaching back rather than your knees coming forward. So you should be able to look down and see your toes, no problem. See if you can even pick up your toes and spread them apart, wiggle them around, make them feel really alive. Keep your heart lifted. So feel the bottom tips of your shoulder blades hugging towards your spine. And then notice, have you let go through your belly? Draw your belly button in and up. Feel that brace around your middle. See if you can sit just a tiny bit lower. Awesome, Jody. Take one last round. And then bottom of your exhale, let it go. Forward fold, dive down. Nice, Amber. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your yoga mat, plank position. Inhale at the top of your push-up, push the ground away. And then exhale, slowly lower, strong straight line. Inhale, grow into a back bend of your choice. So lift your heart. And then exhale, take it all the way back, downward facing dog. Beautiful breathing. All right, from your dog pose, next time you breathe in, extend your right leg to the sky. Make it strong and powerful. You can stay here or exhale, right knee, left elbow, little twist. Use your strong obliques. Nice, Norma. Inhale, three-legged dog. Extend your right leg high again. Exhale, right knee towards your right armpit. So get as high as you can on your right arm. Try not to let your butt sink down. Inhale, three-legged dog, re-extend. And then everybody, exhale, knee towards your nose. Keep your hips nice and high. Step through softly, low lunge. You're going to stay low for now. Twisted lunge or revolved lunge. So left hand on the ground, right arm towards the sky. Reach up with your right fingertips. Yeah, nice, Kate. So your legs are strong and powerful, especially keep your back legs strong. Feel the twist coming right from your center, right underneath your rib cage. See if you can breathe all the way down to your belly. Feel a connection to center at the bottom of each exhale. See if you can start to get a little bit lighter on your left hand. Maybe lift to your left fingertips. And then we're going to keep our twist, but stand all the way up. So once you're standing, your left arm will be reaching forward, right arm will be reaching back. Bend your back knee to a hover and imagine you're trying to drag your front hip back and your back thigh forward. Weight is nice and centered. If you want an extra balance challenge, see if you can gaze back over your right shoulder. Take one more full round. And then at the bottom of your exhalation, you're going to reach your right arm forward, take your left arm back, and open up into a warrior two stance. So back heel pivots down. Now your hips are open towards the windows. Yeah, if you need to make any adjustments in your legs, feel free. So right toes face forward, left toes directly to the left. As you bend deeply into your front knee, see if you can track it towards your pinky toe. So rather than letting it collapse inward, really wrap your right butt cheek underneath your body and feel your right knee track open. Next time you breathe in, reverse warrior. So front palm rotates up. Reach up, find lots of length, and then reach slightly back. Any variation you want to take with your left arm. So left arm might reach behind your back and forward. Left fingertips could slide down your back leg. You could even grab hold of your right wrist with your left hand and give your right wrist a little tug. Imagine you're trying to puff up through your right rib cage and breathe more length into your right waistline. Yeah, really nice. Beautiful. Take one more big inhale. Nice, Susan. As you exhale, come back to your warrior two stance. Straighten out your front leg and parallel your feet. So all of your toes now face the long edge of your mat. Take your arms to the sky as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, bring your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers. Once you've got that interlace, really work your shoulders back and down. Shoulder blades hug towards your spine. See if you can reach your hands back away from your body. And then maybe just the slightest little back bend. So puff up through your heart, tilt your chin up. Take one more big inhale here. Thanks, Jane. Exhale, keep your clasp, hinge at your hips, and take it all the way down into your wide-legged forward fold. With your hands clasped behind you, you have to use your core here to hold and support you. So see if you can feel your core engage as you lift your butt up. So think butt towards the sky and crown of your head towards the ground. As you reach the crown of your head towards the ground, lift your knuckles up as high as you can, and maybe even start to reach them forward towards the windows. If the arms are too much and you want to let them go, that's fine. We'll be here for about 2 or 3 more deep breaths. Really nice, everybody. Beautiful work. Nice, Liz. Awesome, Lily. Soft face, soft jaw, soft forehead. Big deep breath. Nice, Jenny. Take one more big inhalation. And then as you exhale, bring your hands to your low back. Release your clasp. Bring your fingertips to the ground. Inhale to a halfway lift position. Fingertips or hands on the ground. And then crawl your hands to the top of your yoga mat. You're in a low lunge. From your low lunge, standing splits. Right foot is your base. Left leg lifts high. Nice, Samantha. So feel the strength of your left leg as it floats in space. Stay active through your left toes. See if you can spread them apart. Wiggle them around. Relax your neck just like you would in a forward fold. And use the strength of your core to lift you up out of your right leg. Nice, Courtney. If you want to play or explore in any way, you're welcome to. So maybe right arm behind right leg. maybe little handstand hops. Maybe you want to lift up to your tiptoes. So you do you. Take one more big inhale. And then as you exhale, set your left foot down at the top of your yoga mat, forward fold. You can give your right leg a little shaky shake if you'd like. Pedal out your heels a little bit. Inhale, halfway lift, realign through your spine. Exhale, bow and fold. Root through your feet and take it all the way up. Rise, inhale, your arms extend. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, inhale, high mountain, stretch tall. Exhale, once again, sit back into chair pose, fierce pose, Utkatasana. So please feel free to stay in your regular chair, especially if you've got knee stuff going on. Probably this is the best place to stay. Invitation if you want to turn this into what's called awkward chair. It's from Bikram Yoga. So your arms parallel to the ground, lift to your tiptoes, and then squeeze the tops of your thighs together and see if you can lower your hips all the way down towards your heels. Yeah, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Next time you breathe in, friends, high mountain. So everybody reach up. You can stay on your tiptoes for a balance challenge. Maybe even stay on your tiptoes as you take your dive down into your forward fold. So stick your butt out. Use your core to help you balance. Yes, so nice. Inhale, halfway lift. Heels on the ground now. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Move through your vinyasa on your own, any way you'd like. Just do it with awareness. Nice, Sydney. Beautiful, Kate. Back in your dog pose. Can you still feel? Can you still hear your breath flowing through? Big and spacious and powerful. Beautiful, Jill. All right, from your down dog, inhale, left leg to the sky. Stay here and hold, or exhale, left knee, right elbow. So that little twist across your body. Inhale, back up, three-legged, nice Marriott. Exhale, left to left. Aim for your armpit as high as you can get on your left arm. Yes, awesome, Kate. Inhale, re-extend. And then everybody, this time knee towards your nose as you exhale. Keep your hips high and step forward softly, low lunge. Staying in your low lunge, right hand on the ground, left arm to the sky, revolve lunge. Yes, so strong, powerful legs. Breathe all the way down to your belly and your low back. So feel with every exhalation that wringing out sensation coming right from your center. See if you can start to lighten the load on your right hand. So maybe lift to right fingertips, keeping your twist. When you're ready, come all the way up to a standing position. So right arm will be reaching forward, left arm will be reaching back. Once you're standing, bend your back knee to a hover. Shoulders are stacked over your hips so they're nice and centered. You're not reaching forward or leaning forward. Weight is centered. Imagine you're trying to drag your front hip back. Imagine you're trying to drag your back thigh forward. Maybe gaze over your left shoulder behind you for more of a balance challenge. One last breath. And then bottom of your exhalation, warrior two. So left arm forward, right arm back, and open your hips towards the right side of the room. Your back heel pivots down. Your back foot is now parallel to the back edge of your mat. Track your front knee towards your pinky toe. Don't let it collapse in. Yes, so nice. Notice if you're flaring your ribs and letting go through your belly. Draw navel to spine. Feel as if you have a little brace around your middle. Nice, Liz. Next time you breathe in, reverse warrior. So front palm rotates up. Reach up, lengthen your left side. Reach slightly back. Any variation you want to take with your right arm. Does not necessarily have to be what you did on the other side. So keep that deep bend in your left knee. And imagine you're trying to lift your left rib cage up away from your left hip. Nice barb. Breathe into the space of your left side body. Beautiful poses. Take one more huge inhale. Reach and lengthen. And then as you exhale, come back to warrior two. Straighten your front leg, parallel your feet. So all 10 toes face the long edge of your mat. Inhale, your arms reach up. And this time, exhale, just take your dive down, wide-legged forward fold, anywhere you'd like to go. So you can explore in your own way, or you can just hang out and breathe. Notice where you're holding the weight in your feet if you're working your fold, and try not to rock back into your heels and lock out your knees, but instead keep your weight more forward. Focus on using your core to lift your butt. So think butt towards the sky, crown towards the ground. Nice, Nick. Beautiful, everybody. Couple more rounds. Wherever you'd like to go, make sure your breath is right there with you. Awesome, Jill. All right, next time you inhale, come to a halfway lift with fingertips or hands on the ground. So bend your knees as much as you need. Crawl your hands to the top of your space, low lunge. And then from low lunge, standing splits, left foot roots, right leg lifts. Yeah. So just like a one-legged forward fold, same idea. Relax your neck. Hug in with your left inner thigh, lift from your center. If there's any way you want to play on this side or explore on this side, go for it. Keep your right toes active. Feel your right toes all the way up there. Send your breath into them. One more inhale. Then as you exhale, forward fold, set your right foot down. You give your left leg a little shake out if you want. Inhale, half lift. Realign your spine. Exhale, bow, let it go. Root through your feet and take it all the way up to stand. Inhale, your arms extend. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, inhale, reach up, high mountain. Once again, sit back into chair pose. And this time we're going to twist our chair. So you have options. Personally, I like my feet hips width distance. Left hand comes down in between my feet, right arm reaches up. If you like a prayer twist with your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh, you're welcome to take that variation. Nice, Pam. So wherever you go, weight is in your heels, spine is long. Twist from your center. Try to keep your knees nice and even with one another. If this is uncomfortable, let yourself be uncomfortable for a couple breaths. Good. Every exhalation, twist just a little tiny bit more. Use your breath. Move into that space you create with your inhale. Good job, friends. Take one last round. Twist, twist, twist with your exhalation, and then slowly unwind, forward fold. All right, in your forward fold, bend your knees a little or maybe a lot, so as much as you need to bring your arms to the outsides of your legs, hands behind ankles, forearms behind calves, elbows behind knees. And then once you've got your arms placed, see if you can work this fold, press arms into legs, legs back into arms, lift your butt as high as you can. So butt towards the sky, crown towards the ground. Bottom of every exhalation, nice Liz, navel to spine. So this is an active forward fold. Work it with every breath, just a couple more. Imagine you're creating space in your back body, all the way down the backs of your legs. Very nice. Next, inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, plank pose. Pause in your plank, side plank. Right hand is your foundation. So roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot. Feet can be stacked or staggered. You could also bring your right knee down if you want to modify. If your bottom knee is not on the ground, lift your hips really high. So the higher you can get your hips, the more you're going to be using your right side obliques rather than just sinking into your shoulder and your elbow and your wrist joint. Maybe reach your left arm forward, possibly float your left leg up. Awesome, Liz. Take one more big, huge, full body breath, your personal fullest expression. Nice, Samantha. And then slowly come back to your plank or modified plank. Inhale at the top of your push-up, push the ground away. Exhale to slowly lower. Inhale, back bend of your choice, heart opener of your choice. And then downward facing dog. All right, in your down dog, my friends, walk your feet out to the width of your mat, nice and wide. You might walk your feet forward just an inch or so, but not much. You still want the foundation in your hands. Take your right hand to grab the outside of your left ankle. So right hand reaches back to grab the outside of left ankle. If you can't reach your ankle, reach as low as you can on your leg. Gaze under your left armpit. Yes, keep lifting your hips, using the strength in your core. Keep breathing big, spacious breaths. So good. Take a couple more rounds here. Use your exhales to gently wring out. Bottom of your next exhalation, let it go. Regular down dog. So make any adjustments needed. From your down dog, inhale your right leg to the sky. And then open your right hip this time. So bend your knee, reach your knee out and up. You can stay here, absolutely. Or option to flip your dog. Right foot comes down behind you. Right arm reaches forward. Yeah, feel your back muscles hug around your spine. Nice and neat. Breathe down into your belly. Stretch your abdominal wall. One more inhale if you're in the back bend. Beautiful Marriott. And then bring it back. Three-legged down dog. Everyone extend your right leg high. Take a big inhalation. With your exhalation, step your right foot to the top of your space. And then we're going to come into a pyramid stance. So step your back foot forward about a foot or two. You want both feet flat on the ground. I like my feet on 2 train tracks rather than a balance beam, all 10 toes facing forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Bring your hands to your hips and then rise all the way up to stand. Once you're standing, just look down and see that your hips are straight across from one another. So if you need to make any adjustments, please do. And then take your arms to the sky as you're ready. So reaching up, find lots of length. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands behind your back. Either interlace your fingers or grab opposite elbows, or if reverse namaste, reverse prayer is in your practice, go for it. So once you found your arms, focus on pulling your right hip back and then start your dive down so your heart leads, and then eventually drape your torso over your front leg. So think of trying to reach your heart past your knee. It won't happen, but that's the action you're trying to create. If you don't like using your arms behind your back, you'd rather have them in front of you, that's fine. You can let the arms go and just focus on the legs. Keep pulling your right butt cheek up, 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 and keep pressing the top of your right thigh back. Nice work, everybody. Take about 2 or 3 more breaths. Every breath is an invitation to dive a little deeper, to fold a little further. So good. Nice alignment, everyone. All the way to empty with your exhalations. Very nice. End of your next exhale, friends. Release your arms, fingertips to the ground. So bend your front knee as much as you need. Crawl your hands forward, float your back leg up. You can start in a standing split, but then we're moving into a balancing half moon. So right hand on the ground or a block. Left hand could come to your left hip first if you want, or you can just reach your left arm up. So peel your hips open. Stack your left hip on top of right. Nice, Amber. Make your back leg strong. Awesome, Liz. Press with your back foot like you're stomping it on an invisible wall. Yes, so good. Nice, Pam. So feel all that length from the crown of your head back to your left foot. Feel all that length from your right fingertips up to your left fingertips. Breathe in every direction. Take one last round. Nice job. Now land if you can in a warrior 2. So bend your front knee and step your left foot to the back of your mat. Once you've landed, make any adjustments you need. And then from warrior 2, we're actually going to move into a triangle. So straighten your front leg. If you want to shorten your stance just a tiny bit, go for it. Imagine your hips are being pulled towards the back wall as you reach for the front wall, and then tip it over. So right hand towards the ground, left towards the sky. Yeah, hips are open, heart is open. Beautiful. You could reach your left arm forward, bicep next to your ear if you'd like. You could also, if you can hold the integrity of the pose with your leg strength and your core strength, you could reach both arms forward like you're holding an invisible block in between your palms. Be in your triangle for a couple more breaths. Yes, so beautiful. Awesome, Courtney. Breathe space into every part of your body. All right, next time you inhale from the press of your feet, reverse triangle. So keep your legs the same, just rise up, reach up and slightly back. See if you can feel your hips nice and level with one another. So not one hip is higher than the other, they're nice and level. Just breathe into your right side now, reach through your right fingertips, press into your right foot, take one more inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the ground, pivot to the ball of your back foot so you're in a low lunge position. From your low lunge, listen, set your back knee down, and then take your right leg back behind you. You'll be in a three-legged tabletop. So right leg reaches back. See if you can lift your heart by using some mid and upper back mobility. So you're not just lifting your head, lift your heart and let your heart look forward. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, knee towards your nose, curl in, hollow out, push the ground away. Inhale, re-extend your right leg back, lift your heart up. 2 more times. Exhale, curl in, round, knee towards your nose. Beautiful. Feel your core. Inhale, reach, lift your heart. One last time. Exhale, knee to nose, curl in, push the ground away. Inhale, re-extend. Take your right leg back. And then this time, just take your right toes off the left edge of your mat. See if you can shift your hips over to the right just a bit, and then gaze back over your left shoulder. You can kind of bend your elbows, lean into it, feel around. Breathe into your long right side. One last breath here. Nice work. Come back to a regular tabletop and take it back to downward facing dog. If you want to move through a quick vinyasa on your own just to kind of reset, feel free. Otherwise, just walk it out in your dog for a couple breaths. Big inhalation into your down dog. And as you exhale, gaze forward, however you'd like to get there. Forward fold, top of your space. Inhale, half lift, lengthen up. Exhale, bow and fold in. And then rise all the way up. Big full body stretch as you inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart. All right, inhale, high mountain. Exhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, sit back. All right, we're gonna twist again. Options are right hand in between your feet, left arm to the sky, or a prayer twist, right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. If you have another variation that you know of that you'd like to take, that's fine too. Keep your knees nice and level. Keep your spine nice and long. Weight is in your heels. Your butt is reaching back as the crown of your head reaches forward. Breathe all the way down into your low belly, into your low back. And with every exhalation, see if you can twist just a tiny bit further. Take just a couple more breaths. Stay low in your legs. Keep twisting from your center. Really nice, everybody. Bottom of your next exhale. So take it all the way to emptiness. Twist, 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 and then unwind into your forward fold. This time, bend your knees as much as you need to bring your palms face up underneath your feet. So you're stepping onto your palms, gorilla pose. See if you can get the tips of your toes all the way up to the little creases in your wrists. And then we'll hang out here for a few rounds. If all of your weight is now in your heels, see if you can put a little more weight in your toes, like you're giving yourself a hand massage. And as you put some more weight in your toes, use your core to help you balance. Use your core to lift your butt up towards the sky as the crown of your head works closer to the ground. And then breathe. Breathe into your back body. Breathe into the backs of your legs. Back of your neck is nice and long. Nice work, everyone. Take one last round here. Gorilla pose. Release your hands. Inhale, half lift. Realign your spine. Okay, Samantha. And exhale, plant your hands. Step back to plank. Pause here. Side plank. Left hand this time is your base. So roll onto the baby toe edge of left foot. Feet stacked or staggered. Left knee could come down or left forearm could come down if you're modifying. So you do you. Take care of yourself. If your bottom knee is not on the ground, lift your hips super high. So you want to feel the strength in your left side abdominals, those oblique muscles. Maybe right arm forward, possibly right leg up. Awesome, Kathy. Lift your hips even higher, my friends. Take one last huge breath. And then slowly, nice Jane, come back to plank or modified plank. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Exhale, lower slowly. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Lift your heart. Stretch your front body. Nice, Norma. And then exhale, downward facing dog. All right, from your down dog, feet wide, mat width distance apart. You can shorten your stance a teeny tiny bit, but keep the foundation in your hands. Take your left hand back to grab the outside of your right ankle. And if you can't quite reach your ankle, just get as low as you can on your leg. Your right hand is firmly rooted and your right shoulder is plugged in. It's strong and stable. Gaze under your right armpit, and every exhalation, twist just a little bit more. Keep lifting your butt, your hips really high. Good work, friends. Last couple breaths. Nice job. And then bottom of your next exhale, release that twist, regular down dog. Adjust however you need to be in your regular down dog. From down dog, inhale your left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Peel your left hip open, so bend your knee, reach your knee out and up. Stay right here, or option to flip it. Left foot comes down, left arm forward. Yeah, so working the opening of your front body and feeling the strength in your back body. Take one more inhale if you're in the back bend. Beautiful, and then bring it back, three-legged down dog. Extend your left leg nice and high, everybody. Take an inhale as you reach. Exhale, step your left foot to the top of your space. Start in your low lunge, and then move into your pyramid stance with your legs. So however you prefer your legs, both feet should be flat on the ground. And I like my feet on two train tracks, all 10 toes face forward. So you do you. Inhale to a halfway lift, hands to hips. And then rise all the way up to stand. Once you're standing, take just a moment to look down at your hips and see that they are square. They're straight across from one another. Adjust if you need to. And when you're ready, reach your arms to the sky. So feel lots of length in your side bodies. Draw up through the crown of your head. One more inhale. As you exhale, hands behind your back, either interlace, grab opposite elbows, or reverse prayer hands, reverse namaste. Take a moment, open through the front of your heart. If you want, you can create a little baby back bend. On an exhalation, pull your left hip back, reach your heart forward, and dive down. Fold over your front leg. So imagine you're trying to reach your heart past your left knee. You can let your neck relax. Keep pulling your left butt cheek up, 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 and pressing the top of your left thigh back, back, back. If you don't want to use the arms, you just want to let the arms go, focus on the legs, fine with me. Got about 3 more deep breaths here. You're doing great. Every exhalation is an invitation to dive just a little deeper from the inside. Nice, Susan. Take one last round. Bottom of your exhale, release your hands. Bring your fingertips to the ground, so bend your front knee as much as you need. Walk your hands forward, float your back leg up. So you might start in a standing split, but then we're opening up into a balancing half moon. So left hand on the ground or use a block under your left hand and peel your hips open. Right hip stacks on top of left. Yes. Back leg is strong and powerful, like you're stomping it on an invisible wall. So breathe into your back foot. Breathe all the way up into your right fingertips. Breathe in every direction. Create more length. Create more space. Maybe lift your back leg just an inch higher. One last big inhale. Warrior 2 is where we're headed. So bend your front knee. Step your right foot back. Warrior 2. Virabhadrasana 2. Once you've landed, you can take a moment to adjust. Make any adjustments needed. And then from this warrior 2, we're moving into a triangle pose. Straighten your front leg. Shorten your stance just a teeny tiny bit if you want. Imagine that invisible rope pulling back on your right hip. At the same time, reach your left fingertips forward. When you can't reach anymore, left hand towards the ground, right arm towards the sky, tip it over. Keep your heart open. Keep your hips open. Beautiful. If you want to, you can reach your right arm forward, work the length in your right side. If you can hold the integrity of the pose with the strength in your legs and your core strength, you could reach both arms forward. Yes. Amazing. Make sure your breath is still there. Big, spacious, powerful, strong. Last couple rounds in triangle. Nice, Jody. All right, and then from the press of your feet, reverse triangle. So rise up, reach back. Hips are nice and level. So if it feels like one hip is higher than the other, see if you can make an adjustment. And then just work that length from your left foot all the way up to your left fingers. Breathe into that long line. Beautiful. One more inhalation. As you exhale, cartwheel your hands to the ground, low lunge. So bend your front knee, pivot to the ball of your back foot. From your low lunge, set your back knee down gently. And then take your left leg back behind you, three-legged tabletop. See if you can create a little smiley face shape by lifting your heart, using the strength in your back and the mobility in your back. So not just lifting your head, but your heart. Keep your back foot active behind you. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, knee towards your nose, round and hollow out. Curl in. Inhale, re-extend. Lift your heart, lengthen. Beautiful. 2 more. Exhale, knee towards your nose. All the way to empty, navel towards your spine. Inhale, re-extend. And then last time, exhale, curl in. Feel your core engage as you round and hollow out. Inhale, re-extend. And then this time, just take your left toes off the right edge of your mat. Shift your hips to the left a little bit. Gaze back over your right shoulder. Lengthen through your left side. You can bend one or both elbows. You could round. You could arch. So feel into it. Feel into the length of your left side. One more big, deep breath. And then back to tabletop. And then back to downward facing dog. And if you want to, you can move through a quick vinyasa on your own or just walk it out. Ujjayi breath. Make sure your breath is still there, big and spacious. Big inhalation as you push the ground away, lift your hips super high. Exhale, look forward, step or float, top of your space, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bow, let it go. And then rise, take it all the way up, big stretch, high mountain. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to your heart. All right, we're gonna play. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sit back into chair. Everybody bring your feet hips width distance apart if they're not already. And you're gonna take your left hand in between your feet, right arm to the sky, revolve chair. So we've been here before, you can stay here if you want. Otherwise, we're going for the bind first. So right arm wraps behind your back, And if you can, reach your left hand up and get your hands to clasp. Great place to stay. Stay here if you want. Otherwise, we'll play with bird of paradise. So root into your right foot, lift to your left tiptoes, and then see if you can slowly come all the way up to stand, keeping your bind. If you are standing, maybe start to extend your left leg. You don't have to extend it all the way, just extend as much as you can. Yeah, and if you fall out, totally fine. If you're completely confused, totally fine. If you're in bird of paradise, give it one more deep breath. Awesome, you guys. See if you can come down slowly into a forward fold. So slowly back to that twisted chair and then unwind. Maybe ragdoll your arms for just a moment, kind of bob or sway. And we'll just take a vinyasa to reset before we try that on the other side. So next, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, move through your vinyasa however you like. Good job. Once you're back in down dog, just walk it out for a moment. Big inhale as you push the ground away. Exhale, look to the top of your mat, step or hop, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bow, fold. Root through your feet and take it all the way up. Inhale, high mountain. We're going to go straight into the other side. Exhale, sit back into your chair pose one more time. All right, bring your feet hips width distance apart. All of your toes face forward. And this time, right hand comes down in between your feet. Left arm reaches up. So perfect place to stay. You can hang out in twisted chairs as far as you go if you want. Maybe move into the bind. Left arm wraps behind your back. Right hand reaches up. Possibly you find that clasp. If you can clasp your hands, you want to go for bird of paradise. Root firmly into left foot. Come up to right tiptoes. See if you can start to stand up. Once you're standing, if you would like more, see if you can extend your right leg or start to extend your right leg. Yes, keep your toes active. Awesome, Kate. Awesome, Samantha. Awesome, you guys. Amazing. Wherever you're at, a couple more rounds. And then come out the same way you came in. So slowly back to that twisted chair, unwind into a forward fold, no rush. Yay! Good job. Again, if you want to, just for a moment, kind of sway or bounce, ragdoll your arms. Inhale to a halfway lift position, realign your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, move through your vinyasa. See you in down dog. Beautiful, everyone. Exchange. All right. From your down dog, inhale, take your right leg to the sky. And then exhale, pigeon pose, right shin to the top of your space. Gently bring your body down. And if you'd rather take this on your back or in a seat, if it will serve you better there, totally fine with me. Try to get your right knee nice and wide towards the long edge of your mat. And then find the strength and the structure of the pose first. So pull your right hip back and up rather than pushing your right hip towards the ground. You're plugging the femur bone into the hip socket. Keep that as you bow forward. Big deep breaths. Open mouth sighs at any time. All the way to empty with every exhalation. Take just about 3, 4, 5 more breaths. Invitation with your next inhale to fill up as big as you possibly can. Expand, inflate, hold. And then sigh it out. Ah, good job. Start to find your way, however you want to get there, back to downward facing dog. You can move through a vinyasa. You can take some cat cows. However you'd like to get there, downward facing dog, and then just walk it out. All right, from your dog pose, left leg to the sky, breathe in. Pigeon pose, left shin to the top of your mat. Come down nice and easy. Yeah, left knee wide. Again, rather than pushing your hips down and just sinking into your joints, build a strong structure through your legs. So your left butt cheek is pulling back and up. Your left femur bone is plugged into the hip socket as you fold forward, bow forward. Nice, Norma. Good job, friends. And if you have any pain in your left knee or ankle, spread your left toes a lot. Use every single breath to just melt in the pose or around the pose. So you're keeping the structure, but melting within it, melting around it, your outer shell. Soften through your face. About 3 to 5 more rounds here. And just like the other side, invitation with your next inhale, fill up as big as you possibly can. Hold. Let that breath circulate around every little space and then open mouth sigh. Start to lift back up. Find your way into one final down dog, however you want to get there. So one last vinyasa if you want it. And also, if you want to take a child's pose, now is a great time. You can rest in child's pose instead. And then wherever you've ended up, child's pose, down dog, couple more rounds there. However you want to make the transition. Eventually come down onto your back. You can face whichever direction you would like to. Once you're on your back, hug your knees in towards your belly and take a little rock from side to side. Keep your right knee hugging in. Extend your left leg forward, just set it on the ground. Supine spinal twist, scoot your hips to your right just a bit, reach your right arm out to your right, and then roll onto your left side. Keep your heart and your shoulders square towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Breathe all the way down into your belly. All the way to empty with every exhale. Good job. Couple more rounds right here. And then come back to center, and you can kind of maneuver your hips around however you need so they're straight down from your shoulders. Keep your left leg extended and hug your right knee all the way up towards your right armpit, hands around the front of your right shin. So hug your knee in, up, and out towards your armpit. Take a couple big, deep Buddha belly breaths as you squeeze your knee in, up, and out. And then turn this into a half happy baby. Grab hold of your right foot. Imagine there's a heavy sandbag on top of your left thigh. Pull down with your right arm as you press up through your right heel and flex your right toes back. Do the best you can to keep your spine nice and neutral. Good job. One more deep breath and half happy baby. And then release your right leg, take it out next to your left leg, and just take a little micro shavasana for a moment. So let your arms relax out to your sides, let your legs relax forward. And just feel right leg versus left leg, right side versus left side. Do they feel the same? Do they feel different? No judgment, just curiosity and tuning in, paying attention. Your right leg extended now, and draw your left knee towards your belly. Work your way into your supine spinal twist on this side. So scoot your hips over to your left just a bit. Left arm reaches out. Then roll onto your right side. Gaze up or over left shoulder. And try as best you can to keep the backs of your shoulders rooted. Sending your breath down into your belly, all the way to empty with your exhale. All the troubles Good job. Last couple rounds here. Then roll back onto your spine, back to center. Kind of adjust your hips so that they're straight down from your shoulders again. And then right leg stays extended. Hug your left knee up towards your left armpit. Hands around the front of your shin. Big squeeze of your knee in, up, and out. Big Buddha belly breaths. And then half happy baby with your left leg now. Pull down with your left arm, press up through your left heel. Flex your toes, even your little baby pinky toe. Imagine that heavy sandbag on top of your right thigh. After a couple rounds in half happy baby, invitation to turn it into a full happy baby if you'd like. In your full happy baby, you can explore. You could extend one leg, then the other. You could extend both legs at the same time. Once you feel complete with happy baby, release and choose any inversion that you would like for about 5 to 10 breaths. You could take a bridge pose. You could take legs up the invisible wall, plow, shoulder stand, even headstand, handstand. You're welcome to use a wall if you want to move your mat to a wall or if you're nearby a wall. You can make it more restorative if you'd like. So whatever your body is calling for. And if it's not an inversion, if there's something else that will better serve you, you can go there. Yeah, about 5 to 10 rounds. When you feel complete with your inversion, ease your way out of that. Take any counter poses your body is calling for. Just any finishing poses of your choice. Any other stretches, movements, postures that will complete your practice for you. And absolutely no rush, but eventually we're headed into our final relaxation, our Shavasana. So you can start your transition whenever you would like. As you slowly find your way into your Shavasana, I have a little reading for you. It's by Kareen Hadanon. It says, if your ego feels restless in stillness, it is only because you have stopped feeding it with chaos. The ego craves validation, but the soul needs nothing because it already has everything. The moment nothing needs fixing is the moment the ego feels most threatened. And this is also the moment that the soul finally soars into freedom. So these last few moments, see if you can just be in stillness. And if it's uncomfortable, let it be uncomfortable. But over and over again, see if you can connect to your soul. That place inside of you, that part of you that already has everything. Doesn't need validation or love or acceptance from outside because it's already there inside. You are already loved. You are already worthy. You are already enough. Just feel into that. Let your breath become effortless. And just let your body be still. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. And start to gently bring little bits and pieces of movement back into your body. Eventually roll to either side, fetal position. After a couple breaths, just resting on your side body in this nurturing pose. Just use your arms to guide yourself up into seated meditation, facing towards the front of your mat, in the front of our space. So right back where we began. Just sit up tall. Gather your hands to your heart center. Close your eyes or lower your gaze. An invitation to close this practice with me and just as a collective with one big Om. So I'd love for you to join me. Try not to worry how your voice sounds. Focus more on how it feels to move your vibration through your body and let it express out your mouth. So start by exhaling, empty out, clear your throat if you need to. And then breathe in your voice, fill up with it. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here, for letting me guide you. Namaste. Okay, friends, thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. Good weekend, and I'll see you hopefully next week sometime. Thank you. Okay, you did so good. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Okay.